Okay. Well, you know, when I opened up, I was going to open up with some of the things that people really remember about this Thanksgiving or Thanksgivings in the past. So if you want to tell us about it, we can do that while we're waiting for others. Anybody?
Yeah, I can go first. This Thanksgiving, I feel like I actually was able to celebrate with more people than regularly I do. I have a lot of Friendsgivings. That's become a trend now during the Thanksgiving and holiday seasons, is to spend time not only with your family, but your friends. So it was kind of nice to be able to go to a Friendsgiving and see my friends during the holiday.
That's good. Theo?
Yeah, absolutely. What a fun question. When I moved up here a lot of years ago, up to Portland a lot of years ago, and all my family isn't here. So I spent a lot of Thanksgivings like just trying to find something to do when I was in college or when I was in grad school. So I was poor also in college. I had no money, college student. So I would just go to Taco Bell every Thanksgiving. So after a while, I kept going to Taco Bell even when I started to hate Taco Bell a lot. So I would go to Taco Bell. So this year I definitely didn't go to Taco Bell, but I thought about it.
Yes.
I drove by and I still had good thoughts.
Good. Tia?
I just got on a little late, so I missed the prompt.
Okay, the prompt was, what do you remember that was very special about this Thanksgiving or last Thanksgiving? Or anyone that you can remember that was special?
Okay. Sorry, I'm sleepy. Okay, let me think for a second. Special Thanksgivings. It seems like Thanksgivings keep changing for me as family dynamics change with from being at grandparents' house and then grandparents dying, and then doing lots of childhood memories, and then parents divorcing, and then me getting married and having those traditions with my husband and his family, and then divorcing and myself, and now moving on to new traditions with my sister and her kids here in Portland, which are great and super fun with teenagers. So just lots of changes, it seems like, throughout the years with life transitions and life changes. But I always enjoy myself with family or friends.
Good. That's good.
Thank you.
Yes, Miss Buckley.
Hi.
Go on, Sarah. Go on, Sarah.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sarah Ames. I've been on meetings with most of you, I believe, by now, City Attorney's Office. I have a similar situation to Tia in that I got divorced recently. My kids kind of are off at college, and with COVID or living out of town, they haven't come in, and my parents I couldn't have Thanksgiving with them last year. This year they went down to California to my sister's. So the last 2 years I have borrowed their camper van and gone out camping in Eastern Oregon rather than, so, you know, I haven't made a whole turkey or anything. And this year, my boyfriend and I just kind of took 3 nights and went out and had some fun. So it's kind of a very different Thanksgiving tradition that we've started. So we'll see.
All right. Ms. Buckley.
Sure, I was laughing when Claudia talked about, you know, Friendsgiving. I call it mooching because I was from a big family, and, you know, when I was back home, you know, we'd always have families. But when I came out here, I ended up spending all my Thanksgivings of late just with friends. And so, you know, bring something, but most of the time I just go. And then it's gotten to several different friends. So I, you know, made it to 3 different houses on Thanksgiving. That's why I was telling you, I had no reason not to think you could eat as much as you want. I did pace myself better this year. But yeah, it just sort of getting to, but this year, especially being able to spend it with friends. Last year, we all stayed at home and that was kind of a drag. But if you can't be with family, it's always good to have a network of friends that will take you in and feed you and provide you libations. So it was good. Thanks for asking.
Well, is there anyone else before I give
Yeah,
my,
there's Byron, Anika, and Nathan.
okay, well, let's go on. Let's go with Byron.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Thanksgiving traditions. My family didn't celebrate them that much, if it anything. So I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer, but I've been here the last 15 years. I don't know family. My mom passed away last year, so Thanksgiving traditions are out of the. So it's just me. I don't have no brothers or sisters up here. It's just me.
Good. That's too bad. Next year, I'm gonna have to think about you, Byron.
Yeah.
Okay. Nathan? Well, we'll come back to Nathan. How about you, Anika? What did you do? No. Huh. Anika?
She did tell me that she was going to be a little bit late.
Oh,
She's having audio issues. I see in the chat. So
okay. Okay.
she's logged on. She just can't speak.
Okay. How about Nathan? Well, okay, what? I'll go and then we'll come back to them. You know, it was a different Thanksgiving for us. This was the year that my mom wasn't with us. And we had a lot of family and friends over, but it was a different kind of Thanksgiving. I mean, lots of food, lots of friends, good times seemed to be had, but there was something in the back of my mind. And I think next year we'll change it to Friends Day. I think that's what we're gonna have, a Friends celebration. And then Byron, if I think about it next year, you're gonna be invited.
No problem.
Oh, I thought maybe you were saying, oh no, if it took you a few days to get over it, I'm not coming, but oh, good, I'm glad. All right, so should we probably go on? And then when others come in, we'll get them at the end. Because I do think that we have a lot to talk about today. I'm glad that everybody was able to make it that have shown up so far. And I hope that this season will be a better season for all of us. I'd like to go to our work plan, if you don't mind. And we want to talk about the youth forum. We had thrown out a date for the youth forum, like in, we said December, but I don't think that's a good time. And I think it's going to take a little bit of planning if we want to contact all the people that we have to contact. So I was wondering what everybody thought about February. And if you have another date that you think that perhaps maybe we should look at, if you would throw it out there and we'll talk about it.
think February is great, and I think February gives a lot of good time to plan, and time to get the word out. I know that Claudia created that flyer and sent it out to everyone, so that'll give a lot of time for any flyer to be circulated broadly, and for folks to get that on their calendars. And also, it's after the holidays. December is really difficult to get people
Sure.
where even if they already have it on their calendars. So like putting something new on isn't usually something that they do. And then it looks like Tia mentioned not March due to spring break. So I do think February is great.
Okay, now the first part of February, or should we hit for the last part? We don't want to interfere with February the 14th for those of you who have significant others. So I know. So what do you think?
Maybe early,
Yeah, go on.
maybe early so that we can get this rolling. I understand, December, but if we get something worked out in January, just to have maybe the first I agree that before the middle of the month, because there's a holiday in there too. So, but maybe sometime along the first 10 days so that, we can
Okay,
move your process.
Okay, I'm looking at my calendar now, trying to come up with something that I can throw out, and I can send it out to everybody and see what the thoughts are. But I have like on Monday, the 14th is Valentine's, so we wouldn't want to do that. The 7th, there are no meetings so far, and the 21st, there are no meetings. So what do you think? Or should I just send it around and see who's up for which date? And those who sign up for either the 7th or the 21st will take the most. The most two are in agreement. Everybody?
You said December 21st?
Uh-huh.
That's fine with me.
21st? How about the rest of you?
I am looking up the PPS calendar right now to make sure to see. See month. To see
when they're out.
There's any holidays in February. I can't. Or
17th is Martin Luther King Day, I think.
okay.
Yeah.
And or student or teacher conference, teacher planning days, whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Because I would think like a youth forum would be really nice to have some educators there.
Yes.
Youth school counselors or mental health counselors or maybe teachers.
Yes. That's a good idea, Tia.
So I'm looking for in-services, but I don't have Wi-Fi, so my phone is skipping around. Sorry. Anyway, I might not be able to get February up right now. But I was just thinking to look at the PPS calendar.
Well, you know what? I'll do that, and then I'll send the date, the 21st, out to everybody and let them know if there's any conflicts. I'll check PPS's calendar.
Okay.
Is that okay with everybody? And then I send the information out in an email.
Yeah.
All right.
February it looks like the 21st is a Sunday. Is that right?
Let's see.
Yes, it is. President's Day is the 15th. It just came up. February 15th is President's Day, no school.
My calendar says that the 21st is a Monday, 2022.
I'm looking at 2021.
Oh, I'm looking at 2021 too. Sorry, go ahead.
And the 21st is a Monday on February.
Yeah,
You're right.
it's a Monday. Because of the shortness of the month of February, I'm looking at the right calendar now. That'll mean the next day, the 22nd, will be the general meeting for the PCCEP.
2 meetings in a row, you see that might be a problem for some.
Well, it might be a little bit difficult especially if the work session is intended to be a little bit longer. Then you're asking folks the next day to go to the 3-hour meeting.
Yes,
of the meeting. So maybe earlier on in the month, that the other Monday is the 14th, which is Valentine's Day. Obviously, we couldn't do that. So it looks like the 7th may be the best option.
well, I have the 7th and the 21st down, and I'll check the PPS calendar, and I'll send the email out and see what people would rather. Good, I'll send it out. I'll get it out. Okay. Now that we have a tentative date in mind, we need to figure out exactly what we're gonna do at this youth forum. I know that we're trying to recruit, but are we trying to inform the public as well?
Yes. And recruiting, it's kind of hard. I don't know, do we have to have like badges or something? Because it's hard to try to recruit to come up to people to explain the idea of what we're trying to get across to the young community. So it's kind of, I don't know. I remember Theo saying that he wouldn't want somebody coming to his son at high school giving him literature on something he hasn't crossed his parents with yet. So
I understand. And I've done that. Yes, Tia.
No, and working in a school, it's super common to have committees and organizations come into the office and talk to the vice principal or meet with the school counselors during their counselor meeting to see how they can be involved in schools or how they could do outreach. I mean, there's definitely a lot of ethics, but it would be working with in the administration and seeing if they have leaders that they like to get people involved in committees, community agencies, and that was always happening. No one would ever go see a student.
Yeah, I think that's something that we could do before the meeting, right? So we could do that before, and then is the meeting should be online, because then it excuse me, has a wider you can just reach more people if it's online via Zoom, and then all the meetings right now are still via Zoom. So we would stick to that. But if we went beforehand to the different schools and places like that and said, hey, we're having this thing on the 7th or the 21st, please join, and then send some students as well. And then I know that we've been trying to recruit, I've been trying to recruit in a variety of different colleges and universities, but we could do that with the colleges. But we could also bring the high school students, or we could invite the high school students along with their parents, their families, their counselors, because anybody can join the youth subcommittee, whether it's a parent or the young person themselves. Go ahead, Tia.
I have just raised my hand because when Gloria said what's the reason for the forum, I would, in my head, I thought the forum would be to hear youth voices. Would that be part of it, or would it just be a dialogue with them involved with it? Or would they come up with the topics?
No, their concerns is what we're really interested in, I think. At least that's what I'm interested in.
For sure. And if people want to join, then that's great. But if people don't want to join and they still want to give their opinions, then that's also great.
Yes, that is good. So, now we have a tool to work with. We have the flyer, and I hope that everyone has seen the flyer that Claudia put together, and thank you very much, Claudia. And not only is there a flyer, but she's attached information on how to get an application. So if we divvied up which high schools certain people would visit, and then had that flyer in hand so that we could share it with the VP or the counselors in the school, we could get that kind of support, I think.
Definitely.
Can you pull that flyer up for us, Theo? There it is. And since we have it pulled up, everybody look at it and tell us if you think that there's something that needs to be changed, or we need to emphasize different areas, or something we need to take out.
Well, I guess hearing Theo just talk about parents can attend the, well, this was specifically recruiting youth, like 16 to 23.
Yes.
I guess it would say, and but it does say and local resident. I guess it should add then, or anyone who's interested or passionate about youth issues, parents, youth workers. I don't know. I could go on, but
Well, you know, it says and others to join the committee.
yeah, so it's subliminal, but yes, that was my only thought.
Mary Claire, do you know of any of your colleagues at PPB that would be interested in attending this in February? And if they would be willing to like share the flyer and try to get young folks interested?
Sure, I'm sure we could. I was joining the meeting tonight. I was trying to, figure out if anybody had been, designated, but, Aaron Schmartz was the officer that was doing this, and now he's the union president, so he's not as available in these roles. But I'm sure we have lots of folks who have, either used to be, school officers or are very involved, with youth, because we still are doing obviously engagement activities. So yeah, I can for sure find some folks to be part of that. And, I don't know, were you going to do a panel? I mean, what did you think the the presentation would be like?
In my mind, I kind of have an idea of a roundtable discussion, but since it's the first time that we would be getting together with these groups, certainly we want to go over their concerns, but I think it's going to be kind of hard or difficult at first to get them to speak about issues that affect them and their community. If we don't have a set agenda, if we don't have something that we want to follow. And I think we have to be in control of that.
I think giving them some guiding principles or whatever would be great, Gloria, just because they could go off on.
I know. Yes. Okay, Theo, do you think that we could work on something like that, you and I together?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I know that sometimes like guiding questions for the work sessions are helpful, and we could also work to try to formulate some guiding questions that young people, also parents and police officers could all give their opinions on, whether it's like what does an effective youth subcommittee for the PCCEP look like to you? And then we could also have like what recommendations would be important to you. Like what would you be passionate about working on? What in your community would you be passionate about working on to improve the two-sided relationship? But we could workshop some things, and then I think it would be a meaningful event.
Good. It's just writing that down. That is good. Theo, I'll talk to you tomorrow about a date when we can get together and go over that. I didn't hear any other comments about the flyer and the information on the application. So am I thinking that we're in agreement with it?
I like it. It's nice. It's perfect.
Okay,
I like it.
good. Good. Okay, so I think that we are going to move on to our next item. Well, before we move on, Tia, are you still working with Cleveland and Jefferson?
Yes. I'm
So can
coming. Sorry. Sorry.
That's okay. Can
Right. Yes.
I put you down for those schools?
Yes, Jefferson, Cleveland, Grant,
Okay.
Central Catholic.
Great. Okay.
Yes, but these are people I know at these schools are Jefferson, Grant, Central Catholic. It seemed like there was one other. Oh, those are the high schools, but also there's 3 or 4 youth house assist programs that I already sent emails to, but I haven't heard back, and I think people get really overwhelmed at the in the nonprofit agencies. I mean, everyone's overwhelmed with youth. But what I was thinking with the housesness community is access to internet or access to computers.
Mhm.
And talking with some of our guests at Rahab's, some of our trans guests to help us with our behavioral health subcommittee. The first one I was about to ask several of them, the first thought I had was, oh, they don't even have a cell phone. But we refer people to the public library to use the computers, but there just will be barriers.
Okay.
So, but I want them to be involved if we can.
Yeah.
So I need to go, there's about 5 different agencies that work with houseless youth and helping them with their education on the streets. So I wanted to reach out. I have sent emails to all of them and haven't heard back. So I want to personally get more involved with these agencies. So I can take those on as well, because for my other work.
All right.
And I can make you a list.
All right. Thank you. And would you forward it to me?
Yes.
Okay. And Theo, are you still going to be contacting the colleges, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now I have, I want to do Roosevelt High School and Park Rose.
Nice.
And there's also, and I don't know if anyone else knows about these groups, but it seems like the program is called Affirm, and it's a support group for LGBTQ. And I think the person that handles its name is Jack Harden. I don't know that much about the group, but I think it would be informative for me, and I'm going to reach out to him. And then there's a woman who runs the Maslow Project for Houseless Kids. The Maslow Project was created for a hierarchy of needs. And the first need is that they have home, that they feel secure, that they, have a healthy environment. So the program, to read about it, sounds good, but I don't know. But I want to talk to the woman who is in charge. Her name is Mary Farrell. And I think I'm going to reach out to her and see if she has anyone or if she herself would be interested, or Jack. So those are the 4 that I'm going to take responsibility for. And is there any other group that anyone else would feel comfortable reaching out to that we might not have even thought about?
You know, I'll reach out to Naya and Nara as well, of course.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right.
I just sent a message to Theo. At one point I found in the youth services department a program called Community Healing Initiative that worked with youth who have gone through trauma, and it's a youth program that looked like they might be a good target group. So I have their number and I can reach out to them, but I don't know if you already did that, Theo.
No, go ahead. That would be great.
Good, good.
The other program is SEI. They're in like every school.
Yes.
Self-Enhancement Initiative.
Mm-hmm.
They work with kids after school who don't have a lot of parent support. But they have access to youth and are trying to get them more involved in the community to build skills and to build character, resources, getting them involved. So maybe SEI.
That would be good. There is a woman at my church who works with SEI. And so, Tia, do you mind if I reach out to Sherry?
Sure, yeah, that'd be great.
Good.
How about the Urban League?
Yeah, yeah. You want to do that, Byron, or are
Yeah.
you just around? Oh, good, good.
I was thinking Tia had already got Cleveland High School. So
Uh-huh.
I was thinking about Franklin High School, or
Yeah.
I don't know about Reed College. I wasn't too sure about that because I'm not too far from Reed College.
Well, there are a lot of brainy people out there, Reed.
I have a good friend who's a professor there. I could ask her.
Okay. I don't know any other schools that's in my district. I mean, or district in my area.
Okay. So I'm going to put you down, Byron, for Urban League and Franklin.
Okay.
Now, we need to make sure that we have those flyers in hand when we go out. So, Claudia, are you online with us? Well, I will ask Claudia if she could just make sure that all of us have and we can run them off on our own, I suppose.
We have printers, so we can print them off for you if you
Yes.
can pick them up from the PCCEP office.
That would be nice.
Sure. Sure. Where is the PCCEP office? Is it downtown?
It's across the street from the convention center, 525 Northeast Oregon Street.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Since
are
you
you
all have been
open?
on, what's that?
Are you reopened?
Kind of.
No, I mean, is there going to be someone there when we go in to pick up the flyers?
If we get a time down, then we'll schedule the time, and either myself or Claudia or both of us will be there to hand you the flyers. Claudia and I were just down there today with Judith, with another one of our colleagues, and yeah, it was nice to get back in there, and the printers turn on, so we'll, yeah, so it should be in working order.
Okay, well, you know what? Do you want us to do that individually? Because that might be kind of cumbersome, you know, having every other day someone said, well, can I meet you down there? So do you want us to give you an idea and then you throw out the dates that you're going to be there, or just you throw out the dates that you're going to be available and then between which time period, and we can be there?
Yeah, well, if we pick a day, then I can just plan on going in there, or Claudia, or however that works. We can just pick a day. Mondays and Tuesdays are typically most flexible for me transportation wise. But before 2 p.m., I can do it just about any day. After 2 p.m., it gets a little bit more difficult because my son gets out of school at 2:15.
Oh, okay, okay.
So
So before 2. Now,
yeah.
did you say Tuesday, Monday and Tuesday are not good days?
They are good days for me.
Okay, good, good. I got it. Good.
Yeah, and if you guys need like any PCCEP related like paperwork printed off, whether it's like the bylaws or the plan or anything, you guys can let us know. We can print that stuff off for you guys too.
Okay, good. I will contact you tomorrow because I need that settlement paper.
Okay, yeah, let me know.
Hey,
And
The,
Theo,
go ahead, Mary.
sorry, no, I was just thinking back, Theo, you may recall this, but remember at one point we had somebody from the Youth Authority, and I was wondering if we've reached out at all to like Multnomah County Juvenile Department or any of those, because those kids would have had law enforcement contact. They may be, you know, a good resource to talk about what issues, you know, affect them, or what they'd like to see changes given their experience. But I remember, do you remember that it was a gentleman that was, and I forget where he's from, but he had actually had a young person that was at the Youth Authority participating in a committee. So
Yeah, we did that, and I reached out about a month ago, and I didn't hear anything back. And I also reached out to McLaren a while back, but I'll do that again because it might be. I know they get a lot of emails all the time, so I'll just keep at it. But that's a good reminder. I appreciate that.
Or I'll find out if there's somebody I can, you know, that I know that works at the juvenile. I mean, there's a lot of court referees and stuff like that, so maybe I can get a name or a contact.
That'd be awesome.
So,
Ma- Marie, this is the one on 68 and Halsey you're talking about?
yeah, JD Law, yeah, JDH.
Uh-huh. Good. Good. Can I put your name down by that? 68?
Sure.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, more hands, easy work. All right. Okay, so let's go down, and we're sure that we want to involve counselors and parents and colleges and youth.
Probation officers.
What is it?
Probation officers.
Yeah,
that would be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be good.
I was just gonna say, PCCEP actually had a mother and 2 children that were participating a while ago when we first started. So I'm pretty sure we can find some parents that are interested in engaging along with their kids.
Good, good. You want to check that out for us, Claudia?
Yeah, let me see what I can do. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure there's some parents eager to, you know.
Good. Good. All right. I like that. All right. And then once we start that, our recruiting will be in play, and we can hope that we get people who want to participate. Now, I'm hoping that we can give the people that we contact, we're going to give them a date as soon as we finalize it. But I mean a date to let us know yay or nay they want to participate. So should we have a cutoff date on that?
Yeah, I think so, and I think it should be sooner rather than later, just so we can start getting the word out.
Yes, yes, yes. So if we say we want to do this on either February the 7th or the 21st, we need to know at least by the end of January. Does that sound right? Let me look at my calendar and see when it's at. Not that we won't accept them after that date, but that the 31st of January is on a Monday. Sounds right?
That does sound right. So what did we want to do on the 31st of January?
We want to have a commitment by the people who are going to be participating in the forum. So we'll know, you know.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Got it. 131. Good, good, good. And they're going to be contacting you, Theo, because it's your name on that flyer.
Sounds great. Send them my way.
All right now. All right. Okay. Now, did we miss anything? Did we miss anything that we should be covering? Do we have all the groups covered that we want to support this forum?
Gloria,
Yes.
Sarah talked about other schools outside of the PPS school districts. Doing, want to be a PCCEP member. I know you have to live in Portland, but it doesn't have to be a certain county, right?
And you don't even have to live in Portland, technically.
Okay.
You need to live, worship, or go to school or work in Portland. So you can meet any of those qualifications.
Okay. Good. Good to know. Because
Has anybody mentioned like the Park Rose district or the David Douglas district?
Yeah,
I might have missed that.
I have Park Rose.
Okay.
I didn't have David Douglas because I really should have David Douglas on the list in lieu of what is happening at David Douglas right now. So I think that I'll reach out. For
Okay.
those of you who don't know, I think that the kids are out of school, at least at the middle school. So
At Reynolds, right?
yes.
Okay. And I know before the youth subcommittee has worked with the Mount Loma Youth Commission. Did we mention them as well? I can't quite remember.
Mount Loma Youth Commission,
I
no.
believe so. That might not, I don't know if that's the actual appropriate name, but I can double check. But
Good.
I know in the past, the youth subcommittee has worked with the Mount Loma County youth area.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna give that to you, Claudia, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem.
Just check it out. Okay. All right.
Gloria, can I ask a question?
Yes.
When we're seeking these people out, do we want them just to attend, or do we have some notion of them participating in some way, shape, or form?
We're using this as a recruitment tool to get them involved with PCCEP, youth and older, you know, and their parents if possible.
And also just that we want to hear from them. We want to hear from their ideas about the subcommittee generally. We want to hear about what they think, how this subcommittee could best serve the community.
I think
You know what I was thinking, Theo? It might be encouraging if we could have, you know, some of the former youth members be available, like, you know, even Taji or that's my guy from who's in, good God. He went to Catlin Gable, the guy.
Britt?
Huh?
Britt?
Yes, but just to also, if they could be there and to be able to reflect on the their experience and how they contributed. I mean, Taji went from, you know, nothing to that chair, for crying out loud. So I mean, so that these people actually think that their voice will be heard and that, you know, we value, you know, the contribution. I think showing them the role that youth have played previously might, you know, be a selling point for some of them.
good.
A great idea.
I like that.
I'll reach out to the youth members who aren't on the committee anymore and who are. I'll reach out to Taji as well.
Yeah, you had your hand up.
Yes. I have two different thoughts. One is Caitlin Gable was just mentioned, and Gloria, you talked about whatever issues are happening at David Douglas, but I just had lunch in Lake Oswego, that's why I was gone, with my friend and consultant who does independent consulting with schools and organizations that have racism issues, and Caitlin Gable's in a huge dilemma with racism happening rampantly within students at Caitlin Gable. And so my friend and consultant, Johnny Lake, is up there this morning trying to help administrators make a plan besides him just doing a one-day assembly, which is what they wanted him to do. And so even private schools with, I mean, obviously we all know that even private schools with lots of money have a lot of things that they're dealing with. So it just made me think that I am thinking of public schools, but there's other, well, Central Catholic I mentioned because I know the counselor, but I didn't think about Caitlin Gable until just now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's in Beaverton, right? I don't know. Anyway,
No. It's still in Portland. But St. Mary's is downtown
St.
too.
Mary's, yeah, St. Mary's.
Academy, so.
Okay, so that was one thought, is I can reach out to them because it sounds like right now they have a lot going on. My other thought, Gloria, is when we're going out to schools, should we be talking to the adults to see if they would like to participate in the forum, like when we talked about youth counselors, youth workers, administrators, probation officers? Should we be asking them if they want to be part of the group and the forum?
Yes,
And then
I think so.
get their emails and start that dialogue?
I think so. I think it's going to be just as informative for the students and the whoever is working with them, including the parents, as it is going to be for us. We're going to learn a lot too. It's not like we're just the funnel for all the information, but I think we're going to be picking up a lot of information that will possibly make PCCEP a lot stronger, at least give us a better focus.
Absolutely. And on that point, I think I'm going to read, I don't know if Nathan's audio isn't working, but he put something in the comment that I'll read. It says, I would hope the forum would focus on hearing from young Portlanders beyond the specific interests of the youth subcommittee, since this is likely the first time participants will be hearing about it, but the experiences with public safety are had every day. I've been hearing a lot about violence and harassment in Portland schools. Youth may want an opportunity to talk about that and their views on how Portland's public safety system can best support them.
Mhm. Yes,
I like that.
I do too. I think we're just seeing it sporadically right now. But as the year goes on, we're at the end of the year, but I think at the beginning of the new year, 2022, we're going to see more of this because it's happening around the nation. High school kids, middle school kids, there's a problem. Maybe we can be at the forefront to help work on solutions for that problem. I'm hoping.
Has anybody heard of East County Rising?
Not me. What kind of group is that, Byron?
Not too sure yet, but
Rising.
they East County Rising.
Mhm.
They speak on things of, making the East County, I guess, out in Gresham.
Mhm.
They deal with that. Let me see. getting together, getting the community together, policing, having a safe community.
A safe community. That's good.
I believe that's what they're kind of based around.
Good.
I try to get involved with them, but I'm not in the East County. So that's what was kind of what's killing me off.
Mm,
Aw.
mm. Okay. Thanks for that, Byron.
I never heard of them either. I just somehow I forgot how I came across them.
I've written it down. I'm going to, like I do everything else, I'm going to go online and see if I can find out a little bit more about them. Okay.
Does
Anything
anybody go to
else?
church? Anybody go to church, or you talk to I'm sure there's some kids in churches, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening, but at my church, the young people, well, we're getting the older people back, but the young people aren't attending. I don't know if that's indicative of the whole city, but at my church, they're just not there. Someone put in a message, Tia, that African American Leadership Forum, you know anything about them?
I don't know anyone in it, but they've been running some commercials about getting, they are the ones that have been putting up the advertisements around Portland that are targeting young Black men to do positive things.
Mm.
I can't remember some of the examples, but they're trying to put out positive messages towards young Black men around Portland. And they're trying to do work with young African-American kids. So I have them down as a contact,
Okay.
and I could reach out to them and learn more about them. I just wrote their title down. Whenever I see something interesting, I write them down and keep it by my computer to research it and keep it as a resource.
Good, good. We're going to be recapping. We know who's doing what, but just to recap what we've said so far, we've identified tentative dates, the 7th or the 21st. Yes, I'm sorry. Did someone say something? No? Okay. The 7th or the 21st of February. We said that we need to pick up flyers from Theo at 525 North Oregon Street at the PCCEP office, Monday or Tuesday. And we need to let him know because we have to be there before 2 o'clock.
Myself or Claudia, and it's Northeast Oregon Street.
Northeast. Okay, I got it.
Will there be anybody there tomorrow, Theo?
I don't think myself or Claudia will be in there tomorrow, but next Monday or a different day this week, we can probably make that happen.
Okay.
And I can be there after 2. So even if Theo can't make it, you guys can also reach out to me. And if I can make it happen as well, unless I can't, but I'll let you guys know. So just keep that in mind. Even after 2, I can be there.
Good.
Yeah, it's usually best to reach out to both Claudia and I in the same email, and then we can coordinate it. To work as a team on all of the things.
Yeah, for sure.
Good. That's good. So we have those dates, and then we've kind of like come up with a few ideas about the youth forum. And we know that we want to inform the public, recruit youth or their parents or any other interested body. And we also want to know what their concerns are. I think that's going to be the biggest part of the forum. When we open that door, I think we're going to get a lot of information. Let's see, there were no changes to be made on the flyer. I asked that question, but no one said anything. So I'm thinking it's a go, and Claudia did an excellent job on it.
Yeah.
Gloria, I was gonna say, the only thing I think the flyer can use is maybe just specifying that this is a volunteer position. Just, I know it says stipend, but just so it's clear for folks.
Yes,
So they know that they're not applying for like a
a
paid
job.
job, but actual. So I'll just add that to the wording.
Okay.
But I just wanted to let you know, I'll be adding that. So I'll resend that flyer to you guys tomorrow morning.
Thank you. And then we have identified the different groups that, and they're on the flyer as well, but we have identified different high schools, colleges, and independent groups. And we've given a name to people who are going to be contacting them. So I'm thinking that we need to arrange to have another meeting so we can get a little follow-up, a little feedback. And just because our date is February the 7th, or the tentative date is February the 7th or the 21st, we do need to meet and touch bases and see what we've come up with. And I think that after Theo and I sit down and come up with the questions, or kind of the direction for the forum, we need to go over that with you, because you might have input too as a group. So Theo, I'm thinking that if you don't mind, I'd like to get in touch with you maybe Wednesday. Is that going to be okay with you, before 2?
Sounds great.
Okay. And we can go over the questions, and I'm sure that we're going to have some more meetings. But the next meeting for the group, everybody got their calendar? Let's see.
Yeah, I can help you with that, Gloria, while you're looking at your dates.
Okay.
Yeah, so for January, we're looking at Monday, the 10th.
Of January.
Yes.
So it's not possible for us to meet again, because of the Christmas. Oh, and New Year's. This is bad. That's right. January the 10th. Next meeting, everybody. Does it look good?
That's the second Monday of the month.
Mhm.
That's fine.
Sounds good.
All right. I don't hear any naysayers, Claudia, so I guess that's good. That's our next meeting.
Okay, and we're keeping the time to 6 to 7:30? Okay,
Yeah,
sounds good.
yeah. That's good. All right. Tomorrow, Wednesday, I'll be getting with you, Theo. Let's see. Anything else? Anybody got anything else that they want to add to this discussion? Hey, well, this is going to be an early meeting. You sure there's nothing else? All righty. Okay. Well, I tell you what. Yes, Bill.
I was just gonna say, have a good evening, make a cup of tea or something.
That's it. And thank you all for being here. And thank you all for your input.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Gloria.
Thank you, Gloria.
You're welcome.